सिन्दूरारुणविग्रहां त्रिनयनां माणिक्यमौलिस्फुरत् तारानायकशेखरां स्मितमुखीम् आपीनवक्षोरुहां पाणिभ्यमलिपूर्णरत्नचषकं रक्तोत्पलं बिभ्रतिं सौम्यां रत्नघटस्थरक्तचरणां ध्यायेत् परामम्बिकाम्. Jai Maa Lalita, Jai Gurudev. I bow down at the lotus feet of all my gurus and my Guru Parampara. And I bow down at the lotus feet of Maa Lalita, residing in all my listeners' heart. I pray to Adi Shankaracharya to give me that blessing that whatever I am speaking on Soundarya Lahari, may it come out in a very easy manner so that all of you can hear. I pray down to Ma also that she explains it to all of you in a simple manner, the way she wants it to go. Last time we did till shlok number 15th, and the last video became a little lengthier and a little more technical. I'm trying my best to keep it less technical, but there are so many hidden things in Soundary Lahari that if I don't tell, I don't think so I will do justice to the subject. Translations are available online, but those translations are not giving the full picture as it has to be understood. And people don't have time to go to gurus and to understand. So with my guru's permission, I'm just trying to speak whatever I can. In the last shloka, 15th shloka, we spoke about Maa's Bala Tripura Sundari form. Today, 15, 16 and 17, all these three shlokas are basically hinting to Bala Tripura Sundari's form. Bala Tripura Sundari's form is like a small young girl, 10 to 12 years old. And whoever prays to her gets the benefit of intelligence or knowledge, they become knowledgeable. So the 15th slok last time that we read, I will just revise it and then we'll go to the next shlokas. Sarajjosna shuddham shashiyuta jatajuta mukatam varatra satrana spatika ghatika pustaka karam sakrinnatva natva katamiva sattam sannidadate madhukshir draksha madhuri madhurina panitayaha. Those who meditate on Ma, whose face is like that of the face of moon, full moon in autumn nights. She is wearing a crown which has a crescent moon, and when you look at her, she is blessing you with security and gestures of boon, as if she is going to fulfill all your desires. She is carrying a rosary of crystal beads and a book. Those devotees who pray to such Bala Sundari will be blessed with the power of speech or knowledge, which is sweeter than honey or milk or grape juice. Honey, milk and grape juice. So very sweet. And so your devotees will naturally become very intelligent. Now here, specifically this one is called Saraswati Sadhana, or it is indicating of Ma Saraswati. Saraswati is the goddess of knowledge. In everybody, whatever we speak in this world or whatever we are expressing in the world, some things are expressed by talking and some things are expressed even without talking, right? A small baby, he is born to his mother. A baby cannot speak that language, but whatever he has to express, he is able to express. Animals are able to express. How is that intelligence working where you are able to express? That intelligence is called Saraswati. Now this Saraswati, whatever sound we are using, We are using words to express things. These words are coming from letters. And where are these letters coming from? They are coming from original primordial sound that is called as nad. This original nad is called Saraswati. Saraswati means goddess of learning. This Saraswati appears in our world in 4 forms. Kriyavati, then Kalavati, then Varnamai, then Vedamai. When we do hatha yoga or pranayam or mudras, all these things we are doing using some actions. Or a simple thing like dance. When we are dancing, or simple thing, arts. All these arts and all, we are expressing something. Some people are very blessed with great artistic capabilities. All this we say, oh, you have been blessed by Saraswati. So in this way, where people are able to express it so beautifully, that is called as Kriyavati Saraswati. That form is called as Kriyavati, means in action you can see how Saraswati has blessed some of the people. Similarly, Kalavati. Now, Kalavati is when you are praying and you are meditating on Ma, your consciousness starts becoming purified. And you become so pure, your body is made up of, in Shakta tradition we say 36 elements. But basically in Gita it is said 24 elements, so 25 elements in Sankhya Yoga. So all these 25 elements become purified by practicing the mantras or tantras or whatever, meditation, whatever you are doing. So this purificatory thing, that thing which is purifying you in your consciousness, in your organs, in your speech, in your hearing, and everything. When I say 24 elements, the 24 elements will include mind, your intelligence, your ego, your consciousness, your five sensory organs, 5 organs by which you are doing all the actions, panch karmendriya, actions of walking, eating, all these things. Similarly, 5 elements, air, water, ether, etc. So all this 25 elements, when it gets purified by certain spiritual practices, that purificatory thing is being done because of the intelligence or the knowledge being provided to you. When knowledge descends in you in this pure form, that Saraswati is called as Kalavati, which is purifying your consciousness. Then comes Varnamai Saraswati. Varnamai Saraswati means all the mantras that you are chanting. Mantras are having special powers. Mantras, when you are chanting, the Beej mantra, the syllable mantras, they are activating your brain cells. So these mantras are called Saraswati or Varnamai Saraswati. Varna means all the letters. Then comes the Vedamai Saraswati. By using the mantras and all, Vedamai Saraswati is that Saraswati which pierces through your Kundalini centers. And you get enlightenment. So that is also Saraswati. So those who are praying to Bala Tripura Sundari, they are blessed with Saraswati at all these 4 levels. They will become very artistic. They might be able to write good poetries, or if they are orators, they'll be speaking very well, and within themselves they'll be very pure beings. The purification starts happening instantly. Okay, so this is called Saraswat Sadhana, and the mantra for this is Ang. Bala Tripura Sundari's mantra is Ang Kling Soha, so the mantra here is Ang. Ang is Saraswati Beej mantra. Some people might call it Am based on your parampara. Either Am or Ang, both are right. Alright, whatever the Guru has told you, both are right. In my parampara, it is always Ang. Alright. So this is the Saraswati that descends when you are meditating on her. Now let's go to the next shloka, which is shloka number 16. Kavindranam chetah Kamalavan Bala Taparuchim Bhajante ye santah katichit arunamev bhavatim viranchi preyasyaha tarunatar shringara lahari gabhirabhivagbhi vidadati satam ranjanamami. Now here, the meditation on Ma is her reddish color form. There are very few men here, it is said. There are very few men who meditate on your reddish form. Those men, now again, those devotees who are meditating on Ma Lalita are very blessed, first of all, just to get that feeling that I have to meditate. Now, here it says, those who are meditating on you, first of all, they are very intelligent. And even among those intelligent men, those special ones, they meditate upon you as in your figure, in your form, which is reddish, crimson red in color. And such people, it says, when they are meditating, you arise in them like a rising sun. And such devotees' consciousness, it blooms like a lotus. It blossoms like a lotus. You have seen lotuses. Lotuses will bloom only when the sun is there. So such devotees who are meditating on you, your reddish form, in their heart, the consciousness blooms like that of a lotus because you have dawned in them like the sun, like the rising sun. And when such devotees, they write something or they express something or they paint something or they do dance or whatever, their artistic abilities or their oratory abilities, when they are speaking, explaining something, it says, when they speak, it appears that Ma Saraswati is speaking from their mouth. And the special rasa of Shringar rasa or Madhurya rasa or the rasa of love, it is just pouring from their mouth. And when they speak, it delights even the minds of great, intelligent sages and saints. Their poetry will usually be poetry of love, adorned with all those, it's called Shringar Rasa. I'm not able to get the actual English word for it, but it means like that. Very ecstatic poems or very, very ecstatic feelings will come out of their expressions, whatever they do. But it is delighting. Here it says, Vidadati Satam Ranjan Sami Mami means it is delighting even the minds of the great sages. Now understand, if the sages' mind have to be delighted, then the poetry has to be only of the most beautiful person in all the three worlds. Who is that most beautiful female in all the three worlds? It is Lalitha Tripura Sundari. So such devotees who are meditating on you, they will only describe about you, they will only talk about you, and when they are talking, as if Ma Saraswati is sitting on their tongue, and Ma Saraswati is pouring out that sweetness, and with that sweetness, even the minds of great sages are getting attracted, and they feel very happy, and the sages are blessing this person, speak more, speak more, speak more. Here, especially in this one, Ma's Rajogun is given, is depicted because she is red in color. So Ma's Rajoguna. Rajoguna is the mode of passion. Mode of passion means the whole world is a mode of passion. From where has this mode of passion comes? Because Sri Kameshwar and Kameshwari, they are passionate about creating this world. So we are getting that because of Ma. But a devotee's mind is already so pure that even when he is describing about this passionate amorous love of Shiva and Shakti, that also is so nectarian and so pure that the mind will not degrade, the mind will not go down. What is that example of this passionate poem? That we will understand in the 18th one. But one more thing before we go to the next shloka. One thing here, it is said in the first line itself, Kavindranam chetah Kamalavan Bala Taparuchim. Here it is hinted about Maa Bala, as I've been telling about Bala Tripura Sundari. Here it has been hinted about Bala Taparuchim. The word is Bala Taparuchim. Bala Tap means there are two meanings to it. One, Bala, when somebody is doing that tapa, is that austerity of meditating on Bala, then Bala is pleased. And then Bala means Bala Tripura Sundari, that young maiden, that young girl form of 10 to 12 years, Bala Tripura Sundari descends in the heart of the devotee like Bala Eva Atapa. Bala Eva Atapa means Bala like the sun, like the rising sun. So when somebody is meditating on Bala Tripura Sundari manifests in the heart of such a devotee like that of a rising sun. So here Bala Taparuchim, this is what it is said. And when she comes down in the heart, she blooms the lotus of the consciousness of the devotees. So here Bala Tripura Sundari is like that of a rising sun. Now we go to the next shloka. Savitri bhirvacham shashimani shilabhanga ruchibhihi vashinyadhi bhitvam sahajanani sanchintayati yaha sakarta kavyanam bhavati mahatam bhangi ruchibhihi vachobihi vagdevi vadana kamala moda madhurahi. Here again Bala Tripura Sundari is being meditated upon. It says that when somebody meditates on Bala Tripura Sundari, her 8 Saraswatis in her Sarva Rog Hara Chakra, there are 8 Savitri Bhirvacham Shashimani Vashinyadi Bhihi. So those 8 Vashini Adi Devis, Vashini, Kameshwari, then Modini, Vimla, Aruna, then Jayani, Jay, Sarveshwari, and Kolani. All these Ashtadevis, all these 8 Devis, who are basically the Devis who are like Saraswati only. So when somebody is meditating upon Maa Lalita is like that of moonstone, that color, okay? Moonstone has a little, moonstone is formed in waters. It's like a pearl only, but little different. It's called Chandrakant Mani. So somebody who meditates on Maa Lalita, who is like the Chandrakant Mani in their hearts, and he is meditating, that person becomes so blessed that all these 8 divine energies, divine goddesses, Vashini and all, they start blessing this devotee and they start dawning in him and manifesting in him, and by their power, this devotee can speak naturally on any subject related to Ma, or he becomes very knowledgeable in understanding all the subjects related to Ma. Now this Vashini and all, they are the powers, okay, behind all the vowels and consonants. So those who are meditating on Ma is like that moon, okay. When the moon is there, this moonstone starts melting. So this Ma is like the moon, and when her power descends in a devotee, all these Vagvadini, Vashini, and the Devis, they start melting and they start melting, and then they start melting and activating all necessary things in the devotee's heart and mind and consciousness, and then the devotee becomes one of the most jnani persons on earth. So this is Maa's power. As I told you, all these 8 Devis have the special power of activating every vowel and consonant. So that is why such a person, when he speaks or writes, all the vowels and the consonants will be very powerful, very highly activated. Such people, such devotees will have the power of Vak Siddhi. When they speak something, it will happen. Okay. Now, this is for Siddhi, but we don't focus on Siddhi. Main important thing here is, it says, this such a person who is blessed by Ma Lalita, and such a person who is blessed by all these uh, Devis, such a person can write big scriptures, big epics, big poetries, something like Soundarya Lahari, for example, or say Mahabharata, Vyasdev have written, something like that. They can write very beautiful books, or say autobiography of a yogi, one of the best selling things, something like that. So their writing becomes very powerful. All right, so we'll go to the next one, which I said is an example of how passionate poetries are written. But here, when we read these two shlokas, especially 18th and 19th one, our mind has to be very pure. We have meditated on Bala Tripura Sundari on the 16th shloka, then on the 17th shloka. Now 15th, 16th, 17th we have meditated. So with that pure mind, we are going to focus on 18th and 19th, because 18th and 19th shloka, the way it has been written, if somebody goes word by word, they might get confused or deluded or distracted by Maya. We are not going to get distracted. We are going to follow the footsteps of Adi Shankaracharya. तनुच्छायाभिस्ते तरुणतरणि श्रीसरणिभिः दिवां सर्वाम् उर्विम् अरुणिमनिमग्नां स्मरति यः भवन्त्यस्य तस्य द्वनहरिणशालीननयनः सहोर्वश्यावश्या कति कति न गिरिवाणगणिकः. Here again it is said, O mother, who meditates on your crimson aura form, reddish form, that aura that spreads from earth to heaven. Those who meditate on your form like this, the celestial ladies, the ladies of the heaven, who are very beautiful, all those, and they're called apsaras. So I'm going to use the word apsaras only, it becomes easy to explain. So all these apsaras, the celestial ladies, look at this person and they're like, oh my God, he's meditating. And they meekly start following this person. Like, Trasyadvana Harina Shalina Naina, they have the celestial damsels have beautiful eyes like that of a deer, and then they start following such a person who is devotee of Ma Lalita, who is meditating on the crimson aura form of Ma Lalita. Now, somebody who reads this, I have explained it very simply, but the reason I was trying to warn everybody is many times people use this shloka and say, oh, you want to do Vashikaran. Vashikaran means you want to entice a woman, then you must chant this shloka, shloka number 18 and shloka number 19, and you will get the power of enticing women. I'm giving you the warning. This is a warning. Shankaracharya's Soundarya Lahari is not meant for smaller things like this. For enticing a woman, you don't read this. There are other ways you can do it. Here, the only person whom you have to attract, the only taruni that you have to attract, the only most beautiful lady that you have to attract is Ma Lalita. There is nobody more beautiful than her. We are reading the words of Shankaracharya. He is an ascetic. He is a saint. So his vision, his eyesight is very pure. And that is how we meditate on this shloka and the next following shloka. He says, those who are meditating like this, in the crimson form, spreading from earth to heaven. Now contemplate on this line. You meditate on the crimson form from earth to heaven. Means everywhere such a devotee is seeing the form of Ma Lalita. In every woman, he is seeing the form of Ma Lalita. Now his mind will become so pure. People who say that use this to hypnotize women, no. Devotee of Ma Lalita does not get carried away by women or lust. He rises above all this. Crimson aura, crimson color, is also indicative of fire. What is that fire? The fire of Kama, Kamagni, Krodhagni, means people are burning of lust and desire. Unlimited desires. People are burning inside. When their desires are not fulfilled, they get angry and they make their life hell. They make their own life hell and others' life hell. Devotees of Maa Lalita are always careful. The Guru makes them careful. That as you start meditating higher and higher and higher, one thing will happen. Now, here it is said uh, that all the celestial beings will start following such a person. What does that mean? Devotee is not hankering for celestial ladies. It means that all the siddhis will start, all the powers, the divine powers will start following this person. And when the divine powers are coming to you, you must be careful. By displaying these divine powers, you might again fall into the burning fire of this world. Kamagni and Krodhagni, fire of lust and fire of anger. Don't get there. So, two ways to meditate. One is the crimson aura of Ma, beautiful, rising sun, rising knowledge, dawning in the heart. One is when you look at the world, you'll say, no, I will not fall into this world again, full of lust and anger. I will not. Even if the siddhis are bringing me followers, I'm attracting followers, I'm attracting a lot of money, but I will not get carried away by that. All these apsaras are coming and giving all these powers. Please take it, please take it. You know why the apsaras are giving the power? Devis, all these things. It's a business. The moment they give you power, they take your power of tapasya and then they can extend their stay in heaven and while you are fallen down again. So devotee of Ma is always careful about these two crimson colors. One is Ma's crimson color and the one is the crimson color of fire of world. Be careful of kamini, lust and greed. So that's how the meditation has to be. So such a person who is meditating on Ma's crimson aura, it says all the celestial ladies are behind him because the celestial ladies are always thinking how to get Ma's blessing. And if they see somebody like this, they are like, we will give you everything, take it and give me your tapasya. Okay, so celestial ladies like Urvashi and others, they will follow them meekly, but a devotee of Ma is never carried away by all this. Okay, so that's how pure meditation happens on this shloka. Not like, oh, this shloka use it to entice worldly ladies. No. All right. The next shloka also, very careful. We have to listen and very carefully we have to meditate. Because as I told you, these poetries have two meanings. One meaning is external, which will just degrade you. And it has been written on purpose to help you rise above. And that is why they always say, go to a guru and understand it from a guru. Because if you understand from an ordinary person who has written a Google translation, you go and read, that person has not meditated. He just translated it the way he felt it. But those translations may sway you, may distract you. But when you are sitting with the guru will always warn you, and not allow you to fall. Let's go to the next one, which is shloka number 19. Mukham bindum kritva कुचयुगम् अधस्तस्य तदधः हरार्धं ध्यायेद्यो हरमहिषिते मनमथ कलाम् ससद्य संक्षोभं नयति वनिता इत्यति लघु त्रिलोकीमप्याशु भ्रमयति रविन्दुस्तनयुगाम्. In both the shlokas, shloka number 18 and 19, it has been explained that the power of attraction becomes very strong in the devotee of Lalita. They are very attractive people. They may, whatever they do, even if they don't talk, their whole presence is very attractive. They naturally attract everybody to them. Now, here it is said they not only attract worldly ladies, but they will attract the entire three worlds. This is the phala written here. How you have to meditate? Here, there is one mantra which is called as Kamkala Mantra, Kamkala Beej. That Kamkala Beej, when we say Kamkala Beej, Manmat Kalam, here it is mentioned. Kamkala Beej is actually it is ing, but also Klim. So two mantras, Ang or Klim, both will be the same thing. Okay. As we first we meditate on Bala, where it was Ang mantra. Now the next mantra is coming, which is Kling mantra. Kling, whenever we say, it is the union of Shiva and Shakti. That indicates Kling mantra. Klim is also called as Manmat Kala. Manmat means Cupid, love, god of love. Okay, so Shiva and Shakti are the original Cupid, Kamdev and Kameshwari and Kamdev. From Ma's side glances, Kamdev has got the power to attract the whole world. So original power of love or the arts of love, where is it emanating from? It is emanating from Shiva and Shakti. This whole world is Shiva and Shakti's sport. This whole world is her playground of love. Wherever you see, there is something coming out, is it not? You see the ground, certain there is so much of grass growing. Sometimes you see something sprouting from mountains, from stones. How is it happening? The whole world is the womb of Ma. And how is that happening? It is because of Shiva and Shakti. They are playing the sports of love. So this whole world, which is the sports of love or the playground of love, is described by the mantra Klim. When we say Klim, Klim means power of attraction, power of love. So anybody who is meditating on Ma Lalita like this, with the mantra Klim, he becomes very attractive. He can attract even the three worlds. Now let's go to the meaning first. Why I wanted you all to be careful, because when we read Google translations, I will read the translation for you. Now you will see how the mind will just go here and there. I don't want it to go. So I'm trying to explain. Mukham bindu kritva kucha yugam adastasya tadada harardham dhyayadhyo har mahishi. Har mahishi means O Queen of Shiva. O Queen of Shiva, if somebody meditates on your Kamkala, Kamkala means the Klim mantra. But what is that Klim mantra? Where is that form in Ma? So it says, those who meditate upon you, the Kamkala, meditating on your face like one bindu. Face is one bindu, one point. And then there are other two bindus, which are her two breasts. And then there is a triangle which goes down all the way to her womb. That person who meditates like this will fascinate any woman. Again, it is written like fascinate any woman. Here is where the confusion will occur. If somebody reads this without meditating, without following the footsteps of Adi Shankaracharya, they'll say, oh, I can fascinate any woman by this. We are not going there. Only woman we have to attract is Maa Bala Tripura Sundari. No other worldly woman. We have to keep our thoughts at clear. We are learning the words, we are learning the work of Adi Shankaracharya. Adi Shankaracharya, can you believe that? You think he is going to write all this to attract women? Only woman we have to attract is Ma Lalita. And what am I saying? Ma Lalita. The same Ma Lalita, this whole world, all the ladies are form of Ma Lalita. So somebody might ask, why is such a confusing definition, such a confusing shloka given? Why such words have been used? Somebody meditate on the face of Ma, then meditate on her breast, then meditate on her womb, draw one triangle up and draw one triangle down. It is only going to take the mind down. It is because if somebody gets lusty seeing a woman like this, at the same, and he's walking on the sadhana path, he's doing the sadhana. If you see a woman and women's body parts and you are getting lusty, then at the same time, you must constantly remind yourself, in that woman is my mother. I cannot get lusty. And the moment you think of that woman as your mother, then her body parts will not attract you anymore because she is your mother now. I have seen Ramakrishna Paramahansa. I have heard about Haridas Thakur. Nothing can bring their mind down, even if a prostitute is sent. In the prostitute, they are seeing Ma's face. Read Ramakrishna's biography. So we have to train our mind like that. So we are reading Shankaracharya. So imagine Shankaracharya. So we have to make our mind purified like that. So we read such shlokas. The Guru tries to warn you, do not get carried away, do not fall down. Even if you see a woman, even if sometimes, by nature, your mind is going in lusty thoughts, immediately bring to your mind, Jema, Jema, Jema. Your lusty thoughts will stop. That is why this meditation has been given. Okay. Now let's go to the more deeper meanings of this shloka. But this shloka has many meanings, but 2 or 3 meanings only I will cover. Here, Mukham Bindu Kritva Kuchayugam Adastasya. O Empress of Shiva, those who meditate upon your Kamkala Beej, as I told you, E is the Kamkala Beej. E. And how is that E letter coming here? Here it is said Harardham. Harardham. When you read the thing in Sanskrit, you will know. In English consonants, I am not able to explain it, but just hear it out. Those who know Hindi and Sanskrit, they will see how the H letter is written, the shape of H. And you take the half of the H, it will resemble like a E. So Harardham. Harardham means half of H. That half of H is E. And E means Shakti. E means Shakti. Harardham, half of Shiva. Half of Shiva is Shakti. So here that Shakti is represented by the letter E, that also is Kamkala Beej. Then the next one is Klim, that also is Kamkala Beej. It comes from Tripura Upanishad. In that, the Kamkala Beej. So first mantra was E, the next mantra is Kling. So in Kling, the half Ka, I'm sorry, those who don't know Hindi consonants, they might find this part difficult to understand, but just listen it. Those who understand Hindi and Sanskrit consonants, they will know it. So Klim, the way it is written in Hindi or in Sanskrit, Klim, you see there is half Ka. That half Ka is the face of Maa Lalita. And when you see the La hanging, that La is like the shape of the breasts of Maa Lalita. And then it is followed by a ing, a dot and a E vowel, matra. So that entire thing, Ka, La, ing, that is Kling. So that is called as Kama Beej mantra. So Bindu is that half Ka, the face, the Li and the ing. So like that you meditate on this. So one meaning ing of Kamkala, next is Kling, the third meditation. It is said all the 3 worlds, as I said, is the sports of Shiva and Kameshwari, isn't it? So when you meditate up in the sky, there are worlds, spiritual world. That spiritual world is Ma's face. So Mukham Bindu Kritva, you look there. And then when you come in our world, the sun and the moon are her 2 breasts, Prakriti, right? So you look at her universal form, her supreme form, spiritual world, then our world. And where does her feet go? Her feet goes all the way down to the nether worlds, the 3rd world. So all the 3 worlds, it's only Ma's universal form. So this shloka says, those who meditate on Ma's universal form, those who meditate on the letter Eng, those who meditate on the letter Kling, those who meditate on the Ma's universal form. So 3rd meditation. 4th meditation. This sun is in our heart center. The moon is in our Agya Chakra here, or this area is called of moon. And there is one more element, because here it says go and meditate in the yoni. Yoni is the womb, and womb, when we look into the chakras, it will coincide with our nabhi, it will our navel chakra. So those who meditate on these 3 points, starting from navel chakra, heart chakra, agya chakra. Why navel chakra is given so much importance? Because below the navel, when we are only thinking of filling our stomach and our sexual needs, then we are behaving like an animal. A human has to rise above these little things. So human will always be thinking above, higher, above the navel, not below the navel. Got it? So these 3 chakras are very important. Those whose minds are above the navel, on the heart, on these 3 centers, they become very attractive. They can attract the entire 3 worlds, because they are not going to fall down on lusty things or worldly things or anything. Even if the celestial beings are giving them something, they are not taking it. Getting it? So that kind of meditation. So such a person becomes very attractive. He will attract all the 3 world. He will fascinate any woman. It is written. Now focus on that word, fascinate any woman. I want your mind to become very clear, very pure, very sublime. We are not getting into lusty thoughts. Have you seen a small baby? When the small baby is in his mother's lap and sucking mother's breast, how cute the baby looks. All the women will come and look at that baby. And he is in his mother's lap. Does the baby have any lusty thoughts seeing all these women? No. Nor do the women have any lusty thoughts seeing this baby sucking the mother's breast. Is it not? Here, Lalitha Tripura Sundari is our mother. Those who are meditating on Lalitha Tripura Sundari's form, like she is the universal mother and we are in her lap, we become very attractive. Everybody will come and look at us because we are the child, we are the baby of Maa Lalita. We are being nourished by Maa Lalita's breast. Now, what is that nourishment? What are those 2 breasts? The sun and the moon. That is Maa Lalita's breast. The sun is giving us the energy, the moon is giving us the ambrosia, nourishment in all the plants. That is Ma's energy. So we are small babies lying in the lap of Ma's universal form. Her 2 breasts, the sun and the moon, are giving us all the nourishment we need, and we are living happily. And everybody looks at us and they are like, wow, this baby is so cute, even though this body looks big. All right. So our mind becomes very pure, like that of a sannyasi, like that of a child. Sannyasi's mind is like a child. A yogi's mind is like a child. And our mother and father is Kameshwar and Kameshwari. So this is the meaning of this shloka. One more. So I gave you 3-4 meanings. Now one more explanation. There are 2 triangles that are formed when you meditate like this. Looking at the face and the breast, one triangle goes up. The face is 1 bindu, the breast is 2 bindus. So one triangle upwards. Another triangle forms. You look at Ma's universal form. So these 2 shoulders of Ma is one line, and then it goes all the way till the navel chakra, the womb. Okay, so that is another triangle. So one triangle and then another triangle goes down. These 2 triangle, meeting of these 2 triangles is the meeting of Shiva and Shakti, and this is also called as Kamkala. All right. So meditate on like this and entice all the 3 world. Let's go to the next shloka, shloka number 20. Kirantim angebhyah kirana nikurambaamritarasam hriditva madhatte himakara shilamurtimivayah sasarpanam darpam shamayati shakuntadhipa iva Jvara lushthan drishtya sukhayati sudhadhara siraya. Now here is one more meditation in shloka number 20. Very beautiful meditation. The one who meditates on Maa's form in their heart like that of a Himkara Shila. Himkara Shila is like that, made up of like a stone, snowstone, or you can also call it as moonstone. So moonstone, as I told you, it will have some bluish color, but it is more like a crystal. Uh, so anybody who meditates on Ma's form in their heart, which is made out of crystal or moonstone or a snowstone, when you meditate like this, it says Ma's energy, she starts dripping nectar in such a devotee's mind, because she is now the Kundalini rising. Okay, who can meditate like this? That means that person is awakened. She has risen as a Kundalini. So when she's starting from the bottom, she's like a fire element. In the Navi, in the navel area, she's like the fire element. And then she goes up and up and up. And then when she comes here, she has cooled down. And then when she's cooled down, she's dripping down. And then dripping down, and the devotee does not leave her to go down and says, stay in my heart. And when she's staying in the heart, she has taken that form of a snow goddess, or like that of a moonstone. And such a person is basking, is showering in those ambrosia nectars. And he says, such a person dispels the pride of serpents, as does Garuda. What is the pride of serpents? When they say, when an eagle comes, the serpent gets fearful, scared. So the example is given like that. What are these little serpents? It means that somebody in whom the Kundalini has arisen. There is nothing bigger than the serpent power of the Kundalini. If somebody who has the Kundalini arisen, to him, the world's serpents, anything worldly, is not going to scare him any more. He is awakened, he is enlightened, and with a mere look, he cures the fevers and comforts the sick. He does not only cure himself, he cures others too. What is the cure? Not simple cure, okay? The biggest sickness we have, or the biggest disease we have, is that we want to take birth again, and we die, and then we take birth again, and then we die again. If we had not taken birth, we would not be suffering. There are 3 types of suffering everybody is going through. Adibhautik, physical discomfort, something or the other in every person. Adidevik means your planets are not in your favor. Pandemic happens, decision happens, you lose your job, nothing in your control. Something external factors are making you suffer. Sometimes everything is good. Physically, you are good, and all your planets are in good, favorable positions. Your job is doing well, everything is doing well. But yet, there will be an internal tension all the time. What if tomorrow this happens? What if tomorrow that happens? Or sometimes you are so alone, so depressed, so anxious, anxiety. That is called the disease of the consciousness. So these 3 type of disease are always going to be there. The moment you take birth till your death, it's going to happen. And death is not a solution. Again, you will take birth, again you're going to suffer. So if somebody has to be really cured, they have to be cured of the sickness of birth and death. A person who is Ma's devotee, who he has become liberated, he has cured himself. He is not going to take birth again. He is Muktatma. He has enjoyed life. He is Muktatma. He is not worried about the future, because he knows whatever he needs, wherever he needs, whenever he needs, the celestial beings are going to come and provide. He is not afraid. He lives happily as long as he is alive. All his needs are fulfilled. He is not worried about tomorrow, what is going to happen. He is the most secured person, because Ma's all Shaktis are behind him, securing him, protecting him, giving him everything. He is not worried. He lives with that joy, and the same joy he spreads in everybody else, and he empowers everybody else. He takes them all to mother, teaches them this Soundarya Lahari and other books and Lalitha Sahasram and everything, and cures them too, of their disease of repeated cycle of birth and death. So this was shlok number 22. We meditated on such beautiful shlokas. Keep meditating, and we will go on next shlokas in the next videos. Those are also very beautiful. Till then, Jai Ma, Jai Gurudev. May you all have Lalitamay days and Lalitamay meditations.